Hey guys, it's 23. This is the German anti-tank Nashorn by Nanaji. This is essentially an add-on tank that you can put onto your avatar. So pretty cool asset. It's pretty unique in terms of what you can do with it and how it actually works. In terms of what you get a Unity package that you have to install. Once you install it, there are 2 prefabs that you can choose from, or really 4 prefabs. There are 2 tank versions, or really 2 color schemes. So you have this variant, so the desert kind of sandy color. And you also have a kind of like a whitish grayish color, and there's also 2 sizes that you can pick. So this is the full version, the 100% scale. There's also a smaller version. The reason why this is a smaller version because is that the creator makes these tanks for small chibi avatars, so they are scaled to that size, but you can still use it with a normal size avatar like mine. So you can use a 100% scale version, so you're not, in a tiny tank. Unless that's what you want. Once you selected your prefab, all you have to do is drag and drop onto your avatar. There are a couple of things that you can do in terms of scaling and adjusting, but for the most part, you don't need to do anything. You just drag and drop and then you're pretty much done. You don't need to do anything. At least for me, all I did is just drag and drop and then I just uploaded it like so. It does use modular avatar, so you don't do anything in terms of like merging effects and stuff. All you have to do is just upload. Once you upload the avatar, you'll look like this. It won't be there, so you have to drop it in the world. So once you drop it into the world, it will look like this. It will drop in, spawn from the sky, and then I'll demonstrate on myself, and then I'll give you a tutorial of the tank. So this is what it's like when you first spawn in the tank. It will literally drop onto yourself like so. I'm gonna space myself up so you can actually see me. So right now it will just follow you like a normal tank. Basically the way it works is that it just follows in the direction of where you're going. It doesn't follow where you're looking, it just follows the way you're traveling. So if I'm looking at you and I go backwards, the tank will go backwards like so. So it doesn't really follow where your head is looking, it follows where you're traveling. I'm just going to quickly place it in the world. So first I'll go over the radio menu. First you have a toggle to disable it and enable it, like so. Next you have like a settings menu. In there you can turn off the sound. You can also turn off the particles as well, so you don't see the huge cloud or dust each time you shoot. There is a world job menu. First, if it's off, it will just follow you like so. There is a toggle where you can drop it into the world like so. And there's also a reset button, so if you hold that down, it will follow you, so you can reset the tank wherever you like. It still points in the same direction where you last placed it, so it doesn't rotate along with you. So you back out of there into the next toggle, you have a light toggle, which does emit a light. The next toggle, I believe, is a panel seat. I'm not too sure what it does. I can't really figure it out. But the next toggle is to open up the hatch on the driver's side, so you can see a bit more out through the front. Back out of that menu into the next menu, you have a fire menu. In there is all your firing related stuff. You have a toggle for a safety. You have a radio puppet where basically you can move the turret left and right, up and down, like so. And there's also a reload button, so you can reload it remotely, like so. That is pretty much it for the menu. I'll give you a walkthrough through the tank now. So a little bit different, I'm going to show you my POV. I'm going to start from the front of the driver's seat. So this is the driver's seat. In terms of controls, there's no controls. There's nothing you can grab or anything like that. This is the view out through the front, and this is what it looks like with the hatch open. There is a roof hatch above you. If you place space up or you move up, it will open up, and if you go down, it will close like so. There's also a passenger seat with a roof hatch, so you can place this up and then it will open like so. We'll go around the back. Once you get closer to the door, it will open, and also the doors for the shells will open as well. So this is the back. You have shells on either side. You also have different ammo types. In my experience, the ammo types are the same, or at least that's how it looks like. So it doesn't really change much of the trajectory or even the impact. So here you have a telescope that you can grab, and you can look through the telescope like so. So this is like your commander seat. This is the gunner seat. You have 2 dials, you have the viewfinder, you have the trigger, and you also have the safety. In terms of operations, first you have to disable the safety. Like so. So the dial in front of you will turn the turret left and right. Like so. And this dial is for elevation. So this will bring it up like so. So this is the viewfinder. As you get closer, you will see through it like so. On the other side, you have another dial that does nothing. You also have an MG that does nothing as well. It's just there for looks. In terms of grabbing the shell, you have to grab it with 2 hands. There are 2 grabbing points. There's one on the back and one on the front. So you grab the back, and you also can grab the front like so. These are just bones, so if you let go of the bone, it will just snap back to where it was before, like so. You can grab any of the other shells, like so. All of them you can grab, and it's the same thing on the other side. So once you're ready to load the cannon, all you do is grab the shell, and then you just insert it into the barrel, like so. Just a little tip, because these are bones, you have to hold on to them for the whole duration of loading the shell. What I mean is that if you try to load the shell and then you let go, it will just snap back. So what I find is you just hold on to the shell for the whole duration, and then just load it in like that. Once you loaded the shell, you can now shoot it. There's a big red button on the left. You just grab it and then you just push it into it, like so. And that is pretty much it. So pretty cool, pretty simple. It is so much fun to use. Being able to drive it around, place it in the world, and then load the gun manually is super fun, it's super cool. It's one of the most satisfying things to do, especially if you love tanks and stuff like that. And what's really cool is that anybody can use it, so anybody can load the gun, anybody can shoot the gun, anybody can, you know, do anything with it. The only thing they can't do is drive it, so whoever owns the asset or who spawns it is the driver. So you can basically have like a 4-man team or 5-man team, and then yeah, so pretty cool. It's pretty fantastic. You can now lob as a tank crew, so I think that's pretty cool. There are a couple of things I do want to say. The biggest thing is the sound. All the sounds, all the sound effects are great. I think they're fantastic. It's just that the gunshots are pretty narrow, so you can't really hear them very far, and also you can't hear any impacts from the shell, so you can't hear when it lands and stuff like that, or when it whizzes past you. I think it would be really cool if that was possible in terms of hearing it fly by and hitting a target. I think it would be really cool if you can actually hear that. But for now, it is basically silent, so you can only really hear the tank when you're next to it. But it is what it is. The next thing is that your friends can't really be in it, or at least when you're driving. Maybe this is a problem on me, maybe I didn't set it up properly, but there doesn't seem to be a way where your friends can sit in the tank, at least from my experience, so I'm not too sure if it's me or the tank, but it is what it is. And because all the settings in the radio menu are in Japanese, so it's kind of hard to tell what does what. So I'm kind of guessing what it does, and also using a Google Translator to translate it to English. So yeah, there is a Google Doc that has a menu in terms of how to install it and how to use it. But of course, all that is in Japanese, so if you're an English speaker, you might have a problem. But in terms of operation goes, it is pretty easy. If you know how to shoot a general tank, you will know how to shoot this thing. So to find this asset, you can go to the booth page. It is listed as 2,500 yen. So if you like what you see, why not check this out? Okay, thank you, bye bye.